What's going on, guys? So we are about, I would say, 5 hours into this trip. As you've seen, we had a rough weekend in Colorado. We went out first round, we touched the wall, we wiped out a lifter, wiped out a camshaft, and now we are heading to Ball Ground, Georgia, so we can go to Proline shop to be able to try to get the motor fixed, because we have to be in Norwalk, Ohio on Thursday for the next race. We're stopping at the first fuel station right now. As you can see, we're down to 0 miles. I don't know if y'all can see that down there or not, but we're down to 0 miles. The truck is running on fumes right now, so I need to hurry up and get over here so I can get some fuel in. Me and Dad keep going. We got about 15 hours left before we can get to Georgia, so we can get the guys and girls over at Proline Race Engines to be able to get working on this thing. But there's 4 races left. We have Norwalk, Ohio, we got North Carolina, we have Alabama, and we have Texas. So there's 4 chances to still try and do good and try to get some points and chase that championship. As you can see, we got fuel. So sorry for cutting y'all off short at the last little clip we had going on, but I was trying to find a fuel station, trying to find a fuel pump. I had to argue with an older woman because she was just sitting here. And that's one thing about it, guys. If you have a gas vehicle, there's gas vehicles that we own too. Don't sit at a diesel pump. The diesel pump is for diesel vehicles. So we got that out of the way, but like I was saying, there's 4 races left. There's still points left to be able to try to win the championship. We just need to start regrouping and try to win some rounds. Last 2 races, we have shitted it up. We have went out second round in Tucson. We went out the first round here in Colorado. We can't be having that no more. If I want a chance at the championship, we got to go rounds. And that's what we plan on doing. So we're on our way to Georgia. We're getting the motor fixed. Dad's at the back right now getting fuel in the rig, and then we'll be heading to Ohio to be able to take on the rest of the MPK drivers and try to get some points on Friday night and Saturday. Me and Dad, we talked about it. We actually showed up here at Larry Jeffers Race Cars. He's here in Missouri. Me and Dad were speaking on it, and we said we think instead of driving the extra 20 hours to go to Proline, we could come here. It's in the route on the way to Ohio. Let's go ahead and pull the motor down. Let's see if we can get the lifter out. We got parts being delivered from Proline, getting a camshaft, a lifter, a bushing, and try to put this thing back together, get it fired back up. Also, there's some stuff that we want to try to get fixed on the car. The carbon work, I need to try to get a brake line made and some other little small stuff to be able to get this car back up in top shape for Ohio. So it was better for us to just stop here so we can get everything done, so we can make sure we have everything ready for the next race. So quick little update. As you can see, we had to pull the motor out of the car. We did get it all tore down and was trying to get the cam out, but it beat it up a little bit, as in the lifter and the bushing. So what we're gonna have to do now is take it into the machine room. Luckily, Larry Jeffers and them here at Larry Jeff Race Car has a machine room. We're gonna have to drop the crank and everything out the bottom so we can get up there with a grinder, try to cut the lifter and the bushing to be able to knock it out, because it basically mushroomed it out to where it won't slide back through the bushing. So that's our little update real quick. We will run into the machine room, show y'all a little bit about that. We found out that we had 1 valve that was bad. We had burn up 2 push rods. So I'm glad we're going through everything. We're trying to make sure everything's 100% ready to go. Once we get the motor and all that back in, then we will tackle the front end, try to get the rear brakes and everything working back on the rear of the car. What you think?
Just the bolt pattern's different than like a normal motor, because one of them's way up here instead of like down where it's flat like a normal motor.
Gotcha.
So just making sure it's square
before you tighten it all up.
Just want to make sure this is flat with this and that's flat with that, which is always right there.
Hell yeah. So we knocked out number 4 and number 3. Was able to get up in there, but as you can see it kind of got into the crank up there a little bit. So we're gonna take everything apart, drop the crank out the bottom, go through everything. Then once we do all that, it'll be good about it, because then we'll be able to look everything over. We'll be able to clean everything back up and then be able to assemble it and put it back in the car.
That fucking crazy ass Bribec with the fucking turbos.
Do what?
I said that crazy ass fucking Reaper went to turbo.
He got rid of the Procharger?
He got 2 twin turbos on that thing right now.
I haven't seen the video. Was that the video you were just watching?
Yeah, it's been up for like 11 hours.
All right, so explain to them what we're gonna have to do now.
So what's going on?
I like this thing he's got. He just rotates it.
Yeah. So the cam tunnel itself in the journal, when that lifter spread open, when the bearing blew out of the roller lifter.
Man, we need one of those.
Are you listening to me?
I am.
So when that lifter blew open, it spread out because it beat the roller bearing out of it. So when it spread out, obviously it can only go up so far. So the cam journal itself can't come out because it's hitting it. That's why you can't get the camshaft out. So basically we got to pull the crank out, get everything out from the bottom, beat it back apart, and then clean everything up. And probably might even have to weld up the bottom of the where the lifter boss bushing is, machine that back out, and then put a new bushing back in it, put it back together.
Yep.
So it's fixable.
It said Big Nick's on it.
It's
We'll
fixable.
definitely get it fixed.
It's fixable.
Yeah.
You'll be going and kicking everybody's ass in Columbus.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wherever the hell you're heading.
Man, they got us heading all over the place with this crazy schedule.
The tire right there.
Yeah, that's the tire we need.
Steal it off of that thing. Ain't gonna make it 10 minutes.
We'll take one off Frank's car. Check that out. I like that. There's a little guy.
All right, guys, so just give you a quick little update. You've seen the guys that are cleaning all the parts. We're basically putting everything brand new. I had the parts in the trailer. I'm having them assemble the motor, putting everything brand new in it, as in new bearings, new rods, new pistons, new rings, new lifters, new camshaft. So they are cleaning parts up. You've seen the heads, they were getting assembled. We put new valves in. We just threw the block inside the cleaner so that thing get cleaned up, and then we'll bring it in here, and then they'll start assembling it to be able to get put all back together so we can throw it back in the car, get prenup all fired up. We got to do some little small stuff, fix some brake lines. I want to realign the steering, and once we get all that, then we'll be able to load it up and we can head to Ohio. But the people here at Layer Jumper Race Cars, and you know, right here at Bullet Racing Engines, they helped us out tremendously to be able to get this thing done in a fast, timely manner, to be able to make it to the next race. So awesome of them to be able to do that, and they're going through and they're knocking this thing out, and they know what they got going on. So we're not even messing with them. We just been, me and Dad, out there messing around with the merch trailer, just trying to update some stuff, get it all ready, and letting them just going through and knocking this baby out for us. I'm ready to see what it does. We're going back over to the East Coast. Everything will be 100% fresh, brand new, and we'll go out there, and maybe with a little bit of luck, we might be able to pull off a grade 8 Friday night and the invitational race on Saturday. We just got back here. As you can see, the motor is done. It's completed. It's sitting here on a stand. He's finishing up putting the pulley up on the front of it. We're gonna go ahead and get the car jacked back up, put it on the jacks, get our engine hoist over here, pick it up so we can go ahead and slap the motor back down inside this thing, get everything buttoned up, and then we'll be able to fire it up today.
Hey, I just gotta say something. So we had like catastrophic cam failure and lifter failure. Nick tore this motherfucker down, put it back here in a day and a half. All these fucking engine shops hoarding these goddamn motors up for fucking goddamn months at a time. Stop it. Plus we had piston, you had to do some more piston clearance on this motor. So Nick had to do some work, but fucking day and a half, man, fuck got the bitch back, get it ready to go in the car.
So we're ready.
What you gotta say about that, Nick? Is that a normal or you just get on it?
We get on it, whatever needs to be done, and get the customers racing.
Hell yeah.
We roll at this engine shop.
Hell yeah.
You can go down.
How much further y'all got to the side?
It's quite a bit.
You gotta go back on these jack stands just standing here, so I'm getting steamy up there right now. Before we get too much more. Well, no, Biden and Gordon just bought for some wire. It'll be alright, it's gonna get on. You want me to go down, Nick?
Here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got any anti-seize for the back of that crank?
Yeah.
So when you set the valves in, you told me as soon as the exhaust opens, you set the intake.
As soon as the intake starts to close, then you set the exhaust.
Like when the exhaust goes down and it starts to come up, I set the intake.
No. Opposite way.
I'm sorry, when the intake goes down and starts to come up, I set the exhaust.
Correct.
When the exhaust starts going down, I set the intake. That's it.
Correct.
I just get them messed up, but that's how we do it. All right, right there, you gotta come down. I got the wire that's running right there. All right, hold up. Come on, keep coming. Keep coming down. Come on, you gotta go down 2 inches. Oh. Which one?
The wire was underneath the motor plate.
I have to lock that thing down inside.
There we go.
Push forward, Dad. Alright.
It's in.
This is before I got it on. I broke the motor plate up first, Dad.
All right, guys, so as you can see, we got the motor back inside the car. Dad's throwing the headers on. Me and Nick, we're going through. We're gonna go ahead and start throwing our VP oil up inside this thing so we can go ahead and get it fired up here this afternoon. It's coming together pretty nicely. We were able to get everything 100% ready to fire up. We'll see when we fire it up if we're gonna have any other issues, but I don't think we will. We just need to go ahead and get it going, and then we'll load it up and start heading all to Norwalk, Ohio.
get it? What they got it down. We still got to get this Bohr off, send it back to the machine. The bottom of the blower to offset the back housing. And we got to go. Now that the spray has to go over these foams, so don't be moving it back and forth to rip the foams off.
The foams are blue.
Well, you just don't move on to set it down.
God, this is so much easier.
Yeah,
Picking that bitch up in them high ass jacks. Alright, watch the wiring. He's gonna have to guide it because I can't see it.
I got it.
You happy? Now?
Yeah, we'll be letting the car down from now on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't fight that shit. It's just gonna put my body.
It fucking kills my back watching.
Alright guys, so before we load this thing up, we're gonna go ahead and fire it up real quick. We got it outside, everything seems to be put back together, everything's good. We just need to throw some fuel in it. Once we throw some fuel in it, we've already primed the motor up, and then we're gonna fire it up. We get it fired up, everything's good, we don't have no leaks. We're gonna go ahead and load it up in the trailer, get everything loaded up, and get out of here so we can head to Ohio. Well, that's 2 go-aheads. Go ahead and head to Ohio. Before we load this thing in the trailer, we're gonna fire it up. We're not gonna go ahead and fire it up. And we're not gonna go ahead and put it in the trailer. It's called, we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
We'll go get some fuel.
It's got 135 pounds of oil. Go ahead. Ready? Yep.